Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Tom. Let's talk about what we've been listening to lately. Um, on my previous video, most played records, I forgot to mention this one here, so I thought I'd include it. It's this is like a twofer from MCA, released probably in the mid to late '80s, and it's the first Howlin' Wolf album, The Rocking Chair and Moaning at Midnight. Love this album. Play these albums to death over the past 30 years. They're regularly on the playlist. Which comes to mind is that I've been kind of investigating and exploring more Howlin' Wolf, and I've been playing the box set that was released under the MCA Chess imprint back around 1991. This is a 3D set, just chock full of just a plethora of songs, just flawless collection. Everything from 1951 to 1973. If you're into Howlin' Wolf, if you're into some of the greatest blues, this is it right here. I've always thought, I'd have to even say that Howlin' Wolf is probably my favorite blues artist. I mean, it's his voice, it has so much personality, the gruff, and then of course you got Hubert Sumlin. What an amazing guitarist, doing stuff that was kind of ahead of its time, kind of predicting kind of the rock era of the late 60s with those bends and those just amazing notes, that he would just throw in. But this is just great stuff. I could play this any time of the day, any time of the week. It always puts me in a great mood. So this is what I've been kind of listening to recently, is this Howlin' Wolf box set. I don't know if it's still available, but back in the day, they were putting out a lot of these on this Chess MCA imprint. They did like Etta James, and I have the Willie Dixon one. Really, really good stuff. And it still sounds good. It hasn't been remastered in 30 years, but who cares? So. Another thing I picked up recently is this compilation of shoegaze acts. It's called Still in a Dream, and it has Pale Saints, Cocteau Twins, House of Love, Spaceman 3, of course Lush. I just started playing this last week. Really good stuff. It's a double album. Really cool. And then lately, I won't even say lately, I'd say probably the past couple years, I just keep finding myself going back to this album. But if I could only remember my name by David Crosby. This is an album that lay dormant in my collection for years. I don't know why I never played it. I like Crosby stuff with the Byrds, and I don't know, I played this one day, shut my eyes, and I just could not believe how good this record was. And it's just such a great, mellow, laid back album. The songs are very they're not real conventional. It's not like verse, chorus, verse. It's just there's some jam type songs, and then there's these kind of ethereal, kind of moody songs where he's doing a cappella. But it all just really it just really flows and is a great listen. So that I've been listening to a lot lately. And then also been listening to American Latin jazz vibraphone player Cal Tjader. This is a great album that was released in '65 called Soul Sauce. It's just full of mamba and samba and bolero. Really has a cool vibe. It just keeps going. The vibes are just cooking, and it just has a vibe like no other. He has a shit ton of records. I need to pick up more. I think I have like a compilation as well, but really enjoy this one. I think I heard it on a satellite TV station. I cut off this and I had to buy it. So this is a great one. I've been listening to a lot. Cal Tjader's Soul Sauce. Then I rediscovered this album here from I think this came out around 1983, the first Divinyls record. Really great album. I know they became later with Touch Myself, but this album almost has kind of like a Pretenders vibe. There's a song on here I really did called Only Lonely. And the first track, what is it called there? Boys in Town. Really, really good stuff. She had a great voice, just really rocks. So I've kind of rediscovered that lately. The first Divinyls record called Desperate. And then I've been delving into the Doors LA Woman sessions. This is the super deluxe box edition. Really, really intriguing to listen to these sessions. It sounds like you're in the studio with the Doors as they're creating songs. And a lot of these songs are just created almost from scratch, it seems like, especially the title track, LA Woman. They're just going through different tempos and different vibes and different settings. Then they eventually nail the version that we all know today. But it's just really cool to hear Morrison in his last few months in the studio doing his thing, and everybody's just playing and cooking. And it's just a great listen. Of course, you have to be in the mood to listen to a lot of these sessions. There's a ton of them, but I think of all the Super Deluxe Doors ones, this is the one to get because this has the most in ways of outtakes and sessions and other odds and ends. So this is really cool. Another thing I've been listening to a lot past couple years and still is the Neil Young bootleg series. I have most of these. I love this Tonight's the Night at the Roxy CD. Amazingly, a lot of these tracks sound just like the studio versions, but they do have maybe a little more kick. I'm really blown away by the song New Mama with the vocals. Or the harmonies are so complex and everything, and they pull it off live just like the studio version. And then as you listen to this, you know the audience is suspecting some kind of like something off After the Gold Rush, or everybody knows This Is Nowhere, but they're not getting it. They're just getting all this inundated with all this new kind of darker Neil material, and they probably don't know what the fuck's going on, right? Finally, at the end, he pulls out a different song, and it's not even a song they know. It's Walk On this particular version, which later came out on the Beach, and they're probably just left going like, what the hell just happened here? But it's just actually become one of my favorite Neil Young albums over time. Tonight's the Night. I really love like Bellow My Mind and Albuquerque. There's just some really cool tunes on here, but I like this live version of these songs. It's really cool, and all the chatter and the in-between song banter, it's pretty cool. So great album. And then for a completely different vibe of Neil Young, I love this Live at Massey Hall. This is one of the best sounding live albums I think I've ever heard, with just acoustic vocals and piano. It's so crystal clear. I'm sure a lot of you out there have heard this, but he should have released this years prior. I mean, it's perfect. It would have been a big seller. It sounds like he's right in the room with you. It's just, and the performances and the song selections are just absolutely perfect. So that's another one I've been listening to a lot lately. And then I'm always listening lately to Leonard Cohen, and I really love the I'm Your Man CD. I think this has some of his most humorous cuts on it. Like Everybody Knows, the title track, I'm Your Man, Tower of Song, just full of wit. I think this is his most, can we say, lighthearted record? A lot different than his earlier stuff, which is a lot more serious, but this just has a great vibe. And I think he's just playing like a little Casio piano through it. And it has 1988 written all over it, but the songs are timeless. Good stuff. And another one I'm digging, and I've been digging for a while, and I've been still playing, is Grant Green's Idle Moments. Jazz guitarist Grant Green. This is just a flawless record. Let me put on my glasses for 1 second here. Yeah, the title track, Idle Moments, Nomad, just great stuff. My favorite jazz period. I love the Blue Note catalog. I just dig it. So this is another one I've been digging. And then I'm always in the mood for a little Sly and the Family Stone. If I had to pick one of my favorite best ofs or greatest hits, this would be it. Near the top. Every song's a winner. One of the most uplifting records you can listen to. Great party record. It has Everybody Is a Star, which is one of my favorite songs of Sly and the Family Stone, which was a flip side of Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. Those both are on here. Prior to this album, they weren't on any album. It was just a single. But it has everything from I Want to Take You Higher to Hot Fun in the Summertime. All the great hits. This came out right before There's a Riot Going On. So this captures him at his most upbeat, should we say. So that's what I've been listening to lately, folks. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you subscribing. Have a good one. Stay cool. Take care. Bye-bye.